the hand of God. Chapter 1. The Escape. The sirens wailed through the underground corridors of Fort Bishop, a classified military installation buried beneath the Arizona desert. Dr. Klaus Reinhardt, once a devoted scientist of Hitler's regime, had been brought to America under Operation Paperclip, a brilliant mind repurposed for black projects in the Cold War era. But his soul was fractured. Years of working on atrocities had corroded him. Now, he was running. Clutched tightly in his trembling hands was a small vial containing the culmination of his life's work, a super soldier serum that could alter human physiology to unimaginable levels. It was meant for America's secret wars, but Reinhardt saw a different purpose. He had read the papers. He had seen the lynchings, the segregated lunch counters, the brutality in the streets. His mind cracked under the weight of guilt, and he was determined to free the oppressed, not create more oppressors. "You will hunt me down for this," he whispered to the shadows as he slipped into the night. Chapter 2. The Five. Days later, after an arduous journey across state lines, Dr. Reinhardt found himself deep in North Memphis, a black neighborhood untouched by the gleam of post-war prosperity. That's where he saw them. 5 young black men, brothers not by blood but by struggle. They stood outside a dimly lit pool hall, sharing cigarettes and laughter. Their names were Elijah, Solomon, Marcus, Isaiah, and Jonah. Dr. Reinhardt approached them cautiously. His thick German accent startled them, but what he said next made them listen. "God has sent me to give you power, the power to free your people." The 5 young men looked at each other, wary but intrigued. He told them about the serum, about superhuman strength, speed, and resilience beyond imagination. He told them about their enemies, the ones who kept their people chained, the ones who wanted them forever broken. And then, despite every rational thought telling them otherwise, they agreed. Chapter 3. The Transformation. The injections burned like liquid fire in their veins. They fell to the ground, convulsing, clutching their chests, certain they were about to die. The world spun, their hearts pounded, their bones ached as though they were being reforged in an invisible furnace. And then, silence. Elijah was the first to rise. His vision sharpened, his hearing stretched across city blocks. He turned to Marcus, who grinned and punched a dent into the brick wall like it was made of paper. Isaiah leaped and landed on a rooftop 3 stories high. Jonah sprinted faster than the human eye could track. Solomon lifted a car with one hand, his muscles rippling with newfound strength. The 5 men stood in awe of themselves. Dr. Reinhardt? He was gone, fled into the night like a phantom, fearing what he had created. Chapter 4. The Oath. The world had changed in an instant. The 5 young men were no longer just struggling, oppressed black youth. They were gods walking among men. They gathered in the basement of a burned-down church, standing in a circle, their fists stacked upon each other. "No more fear," Elijah said. "No more chains." "No more lynchings," Marcus added. "No more suffering." "We are the hand of God," Solomon whispered, "and we will protect our people." And so, their war began.